actually the next on the list. Omega Zhin, that has been coming in, and that is probably one of the, that's actually really cool. I haven't seen the splash art for this one yet. As you can see, he's killing off a bunch of robots that are assaulting him. But this one's interesting because not only is he using a sword already in a fantasy game surrounded by guns, but he is now going into the future and still using that sword.
Still using a sword.
Hey, if it works, you know.
If it works, why fix it?
Are those magistrate bots?
Yes, I'm glad somebody noticed.
Yeah, there's a little symbol on them.
Yeah. Snuck that in at the last minute. Thought it was cool. But yeah, overall, this was a really fun skin to work on. Again, our team really brought it home. Just a lot of great work all around. His weapon was something we actually kind of landed on first. Great design from Brian Wells, and Norma brought the 3D to life, and just came out fantastic. Just really good stuff.
Will we ever get a horde mode where we just get to kill endless magistrate bots?
I wish, but really,
because that would be fun.
It would be fun
just as much as the next guy. Love killing bots endlessly.
Yeah.
If we ever do it, it will be done very well.
It will be done very well.
Give it the attention
very well,
if we ever did it.
And probably not within the next 4 months.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
That is the turnaround for it. I like.
Yep.
I guess it's not technically his hair because that's definitely not hair, but I love his little helmet trail.
It's an energy output venting device.
It's a very excited energy output device.
That looks phenomenal.
One of my favorite things with this skin, too, is he still maintains a lot of what kind of makes Zhin, but a lot of his body structure has a lot of really interesting shapes to kind of drive home the fact this is more of an android take on Zhin himself.
And it's definitely that feel because I guess regular Zhin still falls into that very fantasy. Like, he's not really worried about the fact that he's getting shot at. He's just going to puff into smoke and disappear. This is a lot more armored, just specifically in the shoulders, but just in general, obviously being a cyborg mech-esque
Like
skin.
he could take a few shots before closing the gap if need be.
And his sword. I mean, the double prong coming out for this one as well.
Oh
being able to look at that. I mean, that is an amazing looking sword. I love the hilt on it, too.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were looking at, I guess, making this sword, because like you said, with Zhin, everything, or not with Zhin, with Koga, everything kind of fell into place.
Yep.
Was the discussion, like, how did you come down to, okay, we're going to have 2 claws, and then come down to, you know what, we're just going to add, like, a space in the middle of the sword?
Well, the kind of lore-driven aspect of the sword here would be the double-prong heat blades is maybe kind of a heat dispersion technique on a blade like this. But the shape language felt super unique. We didn't really have any other weapon kind of like it in the game, and it really jumped out to us early on in the concept phase and kind of knew we had to have it.
As you can see in here, the shot's getting thrown out right now. Does he run into the problem of hitting anybody and having it like immediately cauterize the wound, kind of like displacing the damage?
You know, the wounds are usually fatal, so it's not too big an issue.
He hits him hard. The billow, very similar, I guess, kind of like to the Koga dashes, although Koga dash was a lot quicker of an effect. You can see him kind of go into this, I just want to say cybernetic field area. I don't know exactly how to describe it myself, but like taking him out without having the smoke effects that you would normally see.
Yeah, he can displace matter momentarily.
That's a really
through a
cool
phase-shifting device
that I get to, and I'm glad I got to hear that today. Things I didn't think I was going to hear, but I'm excited that I got to. And there it is again, the billow, as he moves around. So for this skin, I guess when you were adding some shielding, when you were going into the future for Zhin, what was, I guess, the concept to like give him like the extra shoulder padding to like make him a little bit more warrior-esque instead of, I guess, fantasy?
Yeah, again, with our skins, we want to really kind of maximize the variances between them, and we really had an opportunity to take Zhin and do something a bit more unusual with him and kind of stack a little bit armor on the body plating itself. He's all metal, so I guess you could technically argue he's already armored, but we really wanted to bring up the kind of aggressiveness.
It always helps to protect the lesser metals with harder metals.
With harder metals, even more metal.
And the only thing I want to know is this, I guess you just said he's all robot, so this suit would also be space compatible. So even though he already has a skin kind of from space, he can, like balance it?
Yeah. This suit can operate in 0G.
Well, there you go. So anyone who's planning on trying to figure out to launch themselves, I guess stand on top of Torvald's gauntlet and just go into the sky.
just go into space.
You can see what's going on. But then we have one more skin. I think it's actually the last skin of the day as well. And this is probably personal bias, but I'm going to say save the best for last because it is an Amani skin. So you get 2 in 1.